Okay, live today, Monday at noon. I hope you set your calendar and I hope YouTube, most of all, I hope YouTube's let you connect. John McCagg, Liberty Aid Academy, and I'm usually doing the Trust Crash Course, but I've been telling people about the Trust for years and years now. So let's focus on what we have to deal with. You know what I mean? The planned depression, economic crash that they have planned and are now beginning to put into practice. Okay, so what to do, right? First of all, you should have been doing everything I've been telling you up to now, and then actually you're prepared, and yeah, that's you have all the information of what to do. But what I want to do is instead of just the information we teach at the school and everything that works about the trust and how to get money and stuff. Gee, happy Labor Day! Yes, let's let's labor to end it. I thank you, G. Happy Labor Day to you too. This is a day I want my laborers to bear fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where they should be bearing fruit. Come next Labor Day, it should be like, oh, how did the fruit trees you planted on Labor Day, how did they grow? Because it was a day off. You could get into reality. You could change your reality. I'm going to tell you how. Okay, so they planned, right? The whole market goes up for a long time, and then what? It comes down. So this is the longest time, the market's been going up. And it was about to go down, right? It was about to go down, and then they did the, oh my God, put on a mask, and here's all the money, right? PPP, EIDL, PPP, of course, whatever, upside down, and put in a mirror, 666, right? And so get your 666 money, and, if you had done what I told you, your trust would have qualified for PPP and EIDL. That's big money. But what happened? Everybody spent all that money. And so the prices of everything went through the roof. Real estate, everything, right? Just jacked it up, to use my name. Jacked it up. And so that was the plan, right? Send it through the stratosphere. Send the helicopter by and throw out the helicopter money, right? Whoop! Whoop, 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 whoop. So there's only one of two things that can happen right now. One of two things. Nothing else can happen. Okay, one of two things can happen. And you could be prepared for either one of them. Okay, so only one of two things can happen. So here's KPMG. You may not know who they are, but I'm an accountant. So this is one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. They do all the financials for the largest companies on earth, like Coca-Cola and Amazon, Walmart. Look over their books, prepare the documents for the stockholders and so on. Do the auditing of it. It takes all year. You know what I mean? They have a giant teams at KPMG. They're paid vast sums of money to produce financial instruments, financial forms, right? Financial reports that go into, that are for private companies. They're for private use and taxes, and for public companies, it's in the annual report, all their financial information, and so these accounting firms carry a great deal of liability if they are found to have done something wrong. And so they're very careful about what they do, and they have GAAP, GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles that are rules that they follow. Oh, if you have this size of company and you have accounts receivable, what's the correct amount of sample to pull randomly to check to see if that business is not lying or making mistakes with what they're doing, right? So that's KPMG does that. That's accounting, and I was an auditor for the time that I was working for outside of directly working for others. All I did was audit. Fascinating what you find out. Just absolutely fascinating. I've been beneath an airport in Wilmington, North Carolina. That whole thing is totally true. Beneath the airport is way bigger than above the airport. Way bigger. Anyway, so what I'm saying is I pulled up KPMG because they are extremely culpable for if they're just. All right, Dwayne, how you doing? Labor Day, yeah. Let's happy Fruit Day for my labor. Let's get the fruit. Let's bear the fruit of knowledge of what to do. They're trying to screw us over, right? That's all they're ever trying to do to us. So let's see what they're up to and what we can do about it. That's all. That's all I want to talk about today. If you have anything that's on your mind, you could see the plan rolling down. It's like, what rolls downhill? I think it's shit, and I think you're sending me some more, right? The wealthy elite. So anyway, KPMG is extremely culpable. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to put something out that, you know, their insurance rates will go up if they get sued, and they have to pay out and stuff like that. Like that all. See, they put in their time, and then they become assistant managers or managers, and they get more of the payout basically over the years if they do what if they're perfect slave. So if they do that, they get a payout. So they want a payout. They're in there for the money because it sucks. You know what I mean? Wearing a suit and tie and like basically looking over everyone's shoulder and just, hey, we consider you a liar until we prove your, innocence, which we only sample your innocence, so we haven't really proven it. You know what I mean? So everybody hates the outside accountants that comes into any business or whatever, but they're necessary to get that, to get your stock listed. One thing, to have public stock, you need these, CPA firms, right? Public accounting that make accounting reports that are okay for public companies, put out in the annual financial reports that follow the rules of GAAP. Okay, so this is on their homepage. I was like, KPMG, what's up with them? What I did, maybe it's not their homepage, but I just Googled, economic crash, and then I put on Google last week, during the time period of the last week, and this is number one, KPMG with a bullet. They're paying for it to be number one, up there. They're paying Google vast sums of money to be way up on top of this article. How companies in different industries performed in the last recession. Come on. Okay, you send things up, they go down. You plan for it, you make money when they go up, you make money when it comes down. This is all planned. We're in a time loop, and everything is happening exactly how it happens every single time. Okay, there's no variance. They know exactly what's going to happen every single day, all the stocks, everything. You don't know. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know every detail like that because I don't remember all my past lifetimes or anything like that. But I'm saying they do. That's how they make vast sums of money. It's impossible otherwise. It's impossible. And the reason it's impossible is because you're up against them, and they know all that. How are you going to beat them? You can't beat them. So, but, you can see it coming. They telegraph it a little bit ahead of time to give you a little bit of warning. So, obviously, real estate prices have gone up. Let's look at this for a second. Real estate prices have gone up. And they're like, out of Google is like, Google says, 2022's best real estate markets. It's like, what's so good about your real estate market going so high? It's through the roof and going up 75% in Austin, Texas. I mean, what's good about that? That just means you got a lot of PPP and EIDL money there. And you just spend it on real estate. You're like, oh, I got to get a house out. Boo, y'all. They get a loan, whatever. They're going to get screwed. But, so what goes up must come down. So one of two things must happen, right? One of two things must happen. They're going to melt it down. They're going to crash it like the last time, only way more because this rise went way higher. And they just gave out helicopter money way more than any other time in history to everyone. Okay, so it just went up, 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 up. So that's why the cost of everything is rising, because they devalued the currency. They flooded the ocean with salt water. We already have enough salt water. Well, here's some more salt water. Of course, the price of everything went through the roof because they're just more dollars. So the dollars you had are worth way less. They're worth 75% less on real estate. What's so good about that? There's nothing good about that. They're just, make it so you constantly have to sell your soul and do everything that they tell you to until the last day, because they're constantly making money worth less and less and less and less, and they're just destroying the economy. But if you know how they're destroying it, you short it, and so you're ready for it. So, one of two things can happen: they're gonna melt it down totally, or what? More helicopter money. Only two things. Nothing else can happen. At this point, there's not another thing. It's not going to oh, hey, everything's going to smooth out. How is that possible? They flooded the ocean with salt water. Come on. How? Can we have those dollars back? That don't work like that. They're going to get them back by getting the assets back that people can't pay for. They just overspent, got all these loans. People with $800 car payments with some PPP money in the bank, but that PPP money runs out. And so all these loans are going to come due. Foreclosures are through the roof, right? They're through the roof. The highest percentage in all time. They held them up. And so the inner circle work that I've done that proves how you can get a free house with no paperwork and so on. I'm coming out with a testimonial on that with a new platform I'm doing. And I'm putting my old debt work out again. Because that's legal, that works, and so on. So knowing that this is coming, I'm preparing a church website, and I can't even say the word debt on Liberty Aid Academy School. I can't say the word, or credit. I can't say it, or let's shut the school down. But I could say all debts are forgiven on a Christian church website now, can I? Because it's a Bible quote. So that's the only description I need about a debt information course that you can come and get at the church, right? Right. And that's not the only thing I'm doing. The free home thing for no paperwork and so on, by using the name, it's in the inner circle, teaches you exactly how to do that. I'll be putting a testimonial out when I start this new project. I've been working on it hard. And so someone is willing to put their address, their name, everything, how they stopped all government forces by the use of God's name. Oh, they can't see use real estate. This has been going on for several years in the background of my work. I've been waiting for this to come. And so those people I continue to help, and now I've got years of proof. And I'll be putting it out, because they would have just taken down from Liberty Academy. They just would have shut us down. But I'm leaving all this great financial work and so on, I'm leaving on Liberty Academy. I'm going to keep it going. But I'm going to put this other stuff over here on this other school, Christian school. All debts are forgiven. What? That's you can say that's not true. It's in the Bible. and so I tell you exactly how to do that, including, And so all that work has been prepared, waiting for them to crash the market. So this is, their plan and God's plan. They're born to lose. Okay, so you got the trust, you got your credit profile fixed, you're ready for more PPP, EIDL, every nickel they got coming from helicopter money, or you're ready for the meltdown because you know exactly what's up, right? I told you, first of all, you people from years ago, I was like, don't spend that PPP EIDL. They're going to plan a crash, and everything's going to be cheap after that. Watch. Anyway, let's look at the comments here for a second. Dwayne, Discover is trying to charge off the account since I went to better. Nice. Charge off. Oh, you mean put it on the credit report as charge off? Yeah. CB is still not removed. No. They don't always follow it, as I said. The debt. The laws. The judicial system is a hoax. All government agencies are fake. They don't exist. How many times have you interacted with them? I have hundreds of times. I've initiated 50 court cases against them. They have probably started, I don't know. I had to run 36 court cases. They were coming 36 months in a row. One time, every month I had a court appearance that they brought on me. So I was like, oh yeah, you don't play that way? I'm going to come at you for years. And I'll never stop hunting them. In fact, I don't have to go to court anymore. The court's fake, right? It's fake. Does the bank ever sign a document? No. So there's no contract. All debt in America is collected illegally. Every single penny. I have brought this to the court's attention 50 times. Okay? They know. It's a plan. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a slavery system. For a decade, I have posted proof of that fact. Okay? And so everybody knows. They know. You could go in and try and have them, hold them to account. And if you use my other work, right, the spiritual technology, they go hand in hand. You start to ruin their fake little court scene, right? They're rendered mute, frozen solid, can't draw guns, can't use their chains. All that stuff has happened to me. So if you go into the lion's den and, you ask for a little, how about could you follow the law? That's all I'm asking. It's their laws. Why don't you follow them? I didn't make them up. I'm just an accountant. Could you follow the rules, please? That's all I ask them ever to do. See, if the bank hasn't signed a document, then what? They're not owed money, and if they've harmed and injured your credit report, right, or your assets or whatever, without the proper paperwork, right, which they never have, then they owe you all that money at that interest, and you can go to the point of foreclosing on them. So don't hit the hornet's nest unless you want to stomp every single one of those freaking hornets dead, like I do. It could take a couple decades. I'm still stomping them dead, though. Anyway, so yeah, I hear you, Dwayne. Welcome to the gladiator pit. Been in it for a decade, never left. Welcome to the pit. I'm the only one who's been in there for a decade. Sean, how do we assign ownership rights of personal items into our trust? Oh, using the exhibit that comes with the trust. There you go. Using the exhibit, follow those instructions. Okay, Sean, good question, right? Go watch the video. The exhibit, it's an add-on. Go watch the instructions. There you go. Good question. Dwayne, yeah. Bids. Gold and silver should go. Gold and silver should go. Gold and silver should come. That's a good point, Vince. Gold and silver should not go. They should come. This is the time, right, where most people were like, they're always screwing us over. Period. At all times, they're overcharging us for everything. They're ruining our life. It's never fair. They know everything, and they take advantage of us all the way through. It's never a fair game. Never at all. So, you have to... gold and silver should go up. I got you, Biz. Well, all assets go up because they're devaluing the currency. So, your money's worth less. So, everything's going to cost more, but not in the short run. In the short run, everybody spent their PPP and EIDL money, so they don't have any money. So, in the short term, it has to go down, right? And everybody's credit is tanking. Because they're like, oh crap, I can't make that. I need some more PPP and EIDL, right? Heroin addicts are like, yes. And so they do the charts. They know humans. They've done the research so many times, so they know how long that heroin money will last. And then it's like, choop, after the heroin runs out. It's a bad scene, right? First of all, you sell anything to get more heroin. First of all, that's what happens. Everybody uses the last of their money to get that last heroin. Oh yeah, it's fine. I'm regular, like one of the bugs, right? You're not one of them. If you get everything in this world, you get nothing in the next. As they get everything in this world, and they never leave here. This place sucks. So. You don't want the money. The devil offered me $485 million. No, thank you. I'll do my time. We got 11 years left. I'm out. No thanks. So, but I'm just saying, gold and silver will be worth more money. But what are we gonna do? You see what I'm saying? They're gonna. People are gonna have less money, so you're gonna have less money. People aren't gonna be able to spend as much because people aren't gonna have as much. That's all. That's what's coming out. People are not going to buy houses for so much money because they don't have as much money to spend on it. That's all. Eventually, it all collects back to the bankers on their interests, right? It's a Ponzi scheme. That's the way it's set up. They get everything. Musical chairs, with a very short period of time, the bankers get everything back. Every time. It's just the way it is. Foreclosures are up 400 and some percent, something like that. So, you know, it's pretty obvious what the plan is. Uh, let's see, what else did I have for us here? The PPP money, paycheck protection by, whatever. This money has run out for people, basically. And the payments on EIDL and PPP is coming up, like, in a couple months. So, here's the thing about gold and silver. I'm glad you brought it up, Vince. Thank you. If you're about to, not pay, and they're not going to leave a program for non-payment, which they haven't yet, no way I'm paying on EIDL. What? Come and get it. It's unsecured money. Just don't have anything in your trust, right? No way. I'm not paying. So what if they ban me from SBA money in the future? Too bad. So what? I don't care. Thanks for the 150 G's. Up yours. What? I took your money. What are you going to do? Right? Just have no assets in the trust and move on to using another trust. What? Up yours. I built the credit profile. I took your money. Come and get me. What? There's nothing you can do. There's no assets. Screw you. Uh, so what? I said personally, there's nothing in my person. So screw you again. Right? You're getting nothing. I'm giving you nothing. Too bad. So, either they're going to have a way, to defer payment, which they haven't brought up yet for EIDL, or, think of all the people's credit and companies' credit that's just going to go boom, right? Trashed. Uh, so how's that going to help people's ability to pay for things? They're not going to be able to get credit at any business that didn't pay their on their EIDL $666 a month, literally. That's the number. If you don't pay that $666, it affects your personal credit and your trust credit. So, what's that going to do to everyone's credit? I'm not paying. No way. Come and get my person. It's a piece of paper. Oh, you have it. So whatever. So it's just go back to gold and silver. Okay, back to gold and silver. Okay. So in a couple months only, this negative information could hit credit reports. You follow me? So that means credit limits could, for a lot of people would just, access to credit will be shut down. Credit limits will go down and stuff like that. That's just what happens. And so if you're planning to not, get some money before the crash, and just be like, what? Credit cards, unsecured debt, don't have anything in your person. You could go down to your core dealer, call first to see if they take credit cards, buy a bunch of gold and silver, and just take it, and don't pay your credit cards. You know what I mean? In 7 years, your credit report gets wiped clean. Thanks for the gold and silver. In other words, they're going to start knocking down credit limits. So while you have your sky high credit limits, go get the most possible money you could get from your credit cards and any lines of credit, and every nickel you could get in gold and silver, and then you could go sell that for cash and go put it in your trust bank account. Thanks for the money. And like Vince was saying, the value will go up in this coming time because people go to gold and silver, and because stocks are plummeting. Pew! They're not making money. So because people are buying. So they're going to the toilet, and so people buy gold and silver, and so it goes up. So you don't have to turn that gold and silver into cash right away. It's gonna stay good for a while. But you can. You don't have to hold it either. You could just be like, what? I just made a transaction, turned it into cash, it's in my trust account, another one, and that's it. You could you plan for these things. You see, you build up your credit. There are only two things credit are good for. There's nothing else credit is really good for. To normalize a revenue stream, right? To keep, from different cycle bumps. You have a business, right? Or whatever. You got money coming in, but it's not regular. Not, every week the same, whatever. Having credit means, oh, I can still get some food and some, when I get some money in the future soon, hey, I'm going to pay it off. And, it normalizes a credit stream. Do you follow? That's what credit's for. I'm sorry, it normalizes a revenue stream. That's what credit's for. Or, right? Or it's just for taking as much money as you can from the bankers, like how I was saying, buy assets with unsecured debt, and those assets are real assets. And gold and silver coins. I recommend gold liberties are the most liquid of any item. You know what I'm saying? In America, everybody knows what a gold or silver liberty is, so they take them everywhere at every pawn shop, uh, coin dealer, rich guy's house, whatever. They all pay spot gold price for those suckers or silver. So they're very transportable too. They're just metal, put them in a metal car. They take up very little space. Gold, there's not much gold for a lot of money. So it's really easy to transport anywhere. Like the RFID reader doesn't read gold. It could read, oh, that's metal. Well, it's a metal car. So you see what I'm saying? You run down on your Route 10 down in Texas, right? There's a spot on 10 where it's 50 freaking readers on both sides of the road, and they stop all of 10, all of it. The whole thing, you have to stop. They stop the entire interstate, every car. And if you got cash in that sucker, they're taking it. Period. They know every dollar in that car. They know everything. They know your credit limits on your credit card, everything. They know everything about you when you show up. And if you got cash in that car, it's theirs. Period. I know lots of people that has happened to. So, gold and silver is something you could use. Because they also destroy, as I was saying, different markets went up in real estate more, and they destroyed different particular markets worse than others. You know what I mean? Like Florida's beautiful and stuff, but a lot of people see it as a vacation second home place, so they sell their second homes, or warm sunny places. People live in that evil winter locations I hate to go to, and they have an extra place and a warm place. I just lived in the warm place, but so they let those houses go, and they like, let's keep our home. So certain markets are going to get screwed over way more than others. And if you're renting or whatever, so what does it matter where you are? Especially for me, I work online. So you see what I'm saying? So you have this information and you plan for it and you do the best you can with the information. I teach all this at the school, but I'm just putting it together for people today so that, this is obviously a planned crash or planned helicopter money. Be ready for either one as I teach and take advantage of either one. That's all we can do, right? We don't run the script. We have no ability to change the script. That's not possible. The script always remains the same. There's nothing new under the sun. The time loop is exactly the same. The stock market is exactly the same every single day. It never changes. Otherwise, the test of your soul would not be fair. Sean, we want to donate our vehicle into our trust. Great. With that, how do you pay a transfer sales tax? I don't know if you can do that. So you would have to ask, how do you do that? Oh, the sales tax. Yeah. Oh, that's in the mentor program. I'd show you how to, get that sales tax exemption. That's in the mentor program. Look at that video, Sean. Social Sigma. Didn't taking a PPP loan expose you to public benefits and privileges? There's a reason for all those new IRS agents being hired. Oh, coward talk, right? Coward programming talk. Scared bullshit talk. Oh, that's hilarious. You need to watch our June 6th testimonial, June 6th, 2022, from Jaron. And so, yes, your fear programming, Social Sigma, is not accepted. And we have proof instead. And so go watch the June 6th testimonial by Jaron. So wonderful. And I love, thank you for coming in here and giving me that Freemason BS nonsense fear programming so that I can retort it. Okay? I appreciate it, honestly. I have to bring up all the fear programming and how you deal with it. It's like how I do you. Okay, so Jaron's testimonial. Jaron, his person, right? You got your trust and your person, your straw man and your person. You got two corporations. So your person, you give it nothing, right? Your person has zero, has nothing, no bank account, whatever. So that person, they want to call it you, right? Well, call it me. I don't give a crap. Uh, you qualify for every nickel they got. Give me, SSI, SSD, food stamps, free health care. We're going to go through that in a minute. Free everything, all the government programs. Give it all for free. Thank you. Operate your trust instead, right? That's part of the how to beat them, right? So, no, your corporation called the person or strawman or whatever is a sub corporation of the in God we trust. We being the devil, right? They worship the devil. We mean 33, capital G, the thing of many names, the Lord of hosts, the God of this world. And they have told me to my face in their courtrooms, they don't care. That's who they are. How do you not know that? They've told me, all of them have told me. What? PPP 666 burger. I mean, come on. All government agencies are 100% fake. They don't exist at all. It's just one big satanic church called the In God We Trust. That's all it is. /USA. Look it up on Google. Dun and Bradstreet, Pennsylvania. There it is on Siebert Street. That's the USA government. And so every sub corporation of the In God We Trust, LLC, nonprofit, a state nonprofit, S corp, you name it, right? Every other corporate, all the trusts, every other trust but the one I created, every single other one is open to taxation. Every one of them. You can only get out of taxes by using the copyrighted trust or the Liberty Aid Academy. Can't do it another way with proof. It's impossible. So it works that way. That's the only trust that is created privately or through not a statutory agent. You do it yourself. You don't use a statutory agent. So if you have one of those statutory entities that I named or a statutory trust, then the coward program that Social Sigma brought up applies to you, because those entities are formed under the corporation In God We Trust. They are sub-corporation. Therefore, every single individual should be extremely worried and concerned about their money right this second, especially now. This is where they seized gold before, straight. And they seized money. They seized my money when I was a child. I had a bank account. They just close the bank. Oh, we'll give it to you later. Oh, whoa. They held it for 2 weeks. I was like in my early teens. It was my paper route money. They closed the bank. Then it's Chase. I bank with them now. It used to be called Friendship Savings and Loan. The Savings and Loan debacle. They closed banks and stuff. So, you need your private trust not to be touched. So Devonair, what did I say, Devonair? Jared, his testimonial, right? What I'm talking about, testimonial. It is testimonial. His person, his corporate fiction, formed under the In God We Trust, that the slave program that Social Sigma brought up for the slaves to be concerned about, because it's your slave entity, your person, right? That thing, it could get taxed or whatever, because their computer program is even better. We're going to watch over you even more. We're going to make your lives even worse, and all that IRS agent, blah, blah, blah. But see, the IRS gives 501c3 status to this trust, so that's great news. Oh, good, you're treating your IRS better, so I have less problems. Yeah, that's fantastic. So what did back into Jared's testimony, okay? What happened with Jared? Well, Jared had a bank account for his trust, okay? And his person got sued and got a judgment. And so the lawyers, who got the judgment, right? They from the court, all the paperwork and everything, they wrote to Jared's bank where Jared has his trust account, his trust account, and said, hey, we understand Jared has money in there and we want it. We got a judgment. Here's a court order. You know what the bank writes back to the lawyers with a court order? They write back, no, Jared doesn't have any money here. All the paperwork, court documents, and the bank letter. So, Social Sigma. Honest question. Yeah, no, honest, truthful, proof answer. No, I appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm talking about, just the fear programming out there. It's ever constant. It's already decided what it's going to be at every second. Is a player piano tape loop that never changes. So it's just in a cycle, right? 64-year time cycle. And so everything is pre-planned. There's nothing that they don't know. Every single movement of the stock market, every stock, every decision they make, every fake ass government that doesn't exist, everything they're going to do, every play acting skit of all of that is already pre-planned and figured out. They think of none of it. They don't think of the songs. They don't think of the TV shows, the movies. Nothing. It's just reused, regurgitated every single time. Nothing changed. Nothing added. Nothing updated. It's the most boring thing that could possibly happen. Is to infinitely have to repeat every single day, and that's what they do all the time. They've done it for billions of cycles. They don't even have to think about it. It's like Groundhog's Day. They can't forget it. It's the same all the time. They can't even think to create something their own that would be different. They're not allowed to. They're like organic robots. In all those tape loops, don't you think something should have changed? Would have they ever thought of something new? No, they never do. They're not human. Okay, they're subhumans, right? They don't. Why? Because they cannot self-determine anything. They are their thoughts. You can't create a thought, and neither can I. We're the one witnessing thoughts going, whoa, what should I do based on that information that got sent into my head? Oh, crap. They can't do that. Period. They are unable to do that, and you can see it in their actions. Do you follow me? So they're on automatic. They're in narrow, organic robots with the narrow programming on automatic. Period. And they'll never change from that. They won't wake up. It's never going to happen. Okay? It's going to take so long that don't think of it in time that in your mind. It's not going to affect you. They're not going to wake up. Period. It's not going to happen. No. So, you see what I'm saying? So, look at Pierre's proof. Don't listen. Don't take my word for anything. You never have to. I'm simply telling you what's going on, and I've been posting proof for a decade straight on YouTube and everywhere else. Every other platform has thrown me off of it. Every single other one for simply posting the proof. Okay, so let's change this. So I mean, obviously that's what's happening, right? The player piano, you just listen to the notes, it's like, oh, they're going to do this one again. The uppy, downy thing. Or pause for helicopter money. Who knows? They're either going to, we're going to go screaming down the other side of this roller coaster at a breakneck, dropping out of the sky pace, or they're going to have helicopter money. It's like, whoo, that was a close one. One of the two. So you're ready for either way. You're, assets that you do have, money you do have, oh, they're crashing it. Well, keep my credit limits. Let me go get gold and silver, go authorize user on my husband or wife's credit. I'm still in the credit. Thanks for the money. Credit gets wiped clean in 7 years. Put that extra 100 G's plus over there in a trust bank account. We'll ride out whatever. We're golden, baby. Literally golden. Thanks for the money. Banker scum. So that's what it is. So, the only way you could do that kind of stuff is everything's secure over the trust, right? That's the only way it works. And Liberty Aid Academy is the only place with proof, right? We're the only one with the testimonials. We're the only one with the proof. You get in, you get your courses, you learn your information. Whoops. You learn your information. Everyone, literally everyone is successful doing this, putting aside your assets, build your credit, and prepare for the crash. I'm going to say it. Prepare for the crash, right? Teaching how to do it. Do this, do some of this every week. Build your credit. I've been saying this for years and years. Worked for their last helicopter money. These are our courses that we have for you. You get in there. And we also, there's an FAQ that gets you oriented the first time. And then over there in the community forum, this is a private forum. We pay for it and so on. I'm the only moderator in there, and it's just students and myself. So much indexed, great information that's all current. It's so great. That's been the best thing we have done for this, right? Uh, they are going to try this Labor Day. They're going to try and take away the fruits of your labor. Period. That's just what they do. This is an illegally run Ponzi scheme. That's what we find ourselves with it, unfortunately. So we have to set ourselves up to win, and so that they can't take a nickel from us. We just take money from them. What can happen with the government? Really, three things: you give them money, they give you money, or no one gives either one any money. Only three things that can happen with the government. That's it. So, wouldn't you pick out of those three things? You get money from them, right? And the one where you give them money, no, that's no good, right? Don't give them money. They give you money. And the whole thing where there's no money back and forth, no. I pick the one where they give me as much money as possible. Then you're set up, as best you can for this crash. You see, you put your person into, this economic disabled place where it never gets a penny, never gets anything. It's perfect. Then that thing qualifies for all the government programs. SSI, SSD, minimum, all right, $851 a month. Food stamps, $250 a month. $3,000 a year. Right there, that's like, what is that? That's like $13,000 a year. Yeah, 12. Those two. I mean, the courses we have here, all of them combined, are only $19.97. I mean, you're going to make money off of this information for the rest of your life. We have people, you could get free health insurance. Why? Your person has nothing, so it qualifies for free health insurance. It doesn't have anything, even if it got a judgment. People have come in here recently. One of our students came in and had stroke and had heart difficulty. Her hospital bill was $1,800,000, and she runs a very large family business with heavy equipment and everything. She would have lost every single nickel, and the whole family, where all the family works and everything. This giant business. She would have lost it. Instead, she wasn't out a nickel, and she's feeling better. She's like, "Thanks." What? You see what I'm saying? What the difference could have been without this knowledge in her life? A great businesswoman. But without this information, what? They would have screwed her. And her whole family. You see? So you set your person up so it doesn't have anything to give. No bank account, no nothing. Nothing. In fact, I got an EBT card. I could sue you for free. I teach how to do that. And I'm not telling you these are the only benefits. I'm just saying these are the obvious ones. And I teach more in the school, right? Free smartphone. I don't pay a cell phone bill. Sorry, you do, right? Unlimited everything. The government gives it for free. No phone bill. Yay, thanks. Keep your current phone, my iPhone, and current phone number. Thank you. Yeah. Free or discounted internet. There's state and county programs like free electricity. I teach free health insurance. You want that Obamacare for free? I teach how to do that. Free housing. Oh, yeah. The two different ways I teach how to do that. Take an empty banker home, no problem. Got to quit paying your mortgage. I teach you how to keep it. Or I teach you how to get public housing, too. On many different free housing types. All of them successful. Free college and graduate school. Who's earning the big money out there in all jobs and so on, like the doctors, lawyers, and the people with graduate degrees, those people earn the most money. So if you don't have any student loans you have to pay, and you have that license, you can make a lot of money and help a lot of people. Now you can do it for free. It doesn't cost you money. It costs your time and so on. You have to do the work and serve other people, but it won't cost you any money. Anybody can be a doctor, lawyer, anyone can be. I teach how to do it. It's so easy. And keep a great credit score while you do it. Yeah, better credit too. So, I mean, this is how you handle this economic meltdown. They're planning to melt it down. So you put all your assets, every nickel you got, over to trust, and they can't touch it. It's not yours. Sorry, it's not mine. Haha. That's what they do. And you're like, now give me all the government money. Thanks. Which proves, oh, I don't have any assets. So there's your judgment proof. You, that straw man, that person, are judgment proof. It works. Go look at Jared's June 6th testimonial. Go look. Go look. All our testimonials are unbelievable. That's not the only, we have ones that exceed even that. That's just the question that came up today. But I'm just saying, that's a beauty. I've been looking for that for a few years because everybody's like, yeah, but will it hold up in court? Will it hold up in court? I'm like, oh boy, will it hold up in court? And how? We had another one. I'm getting a testimonial from, this is where I'm going to have to start another platform, like I was saying, another church, because, see, other thing that's happening is when people sign this trust, this is what I watched for years now. Anyone that come against you, they could die and have, if not immediately, very soon. And you, if you sign a trust and you're operating according to that common law, impossible to be killed no matter what your age or your health or anything. Yeah, can't be killed. Eternal life, like the Bible said. So, yeah. What's the old saying, right? Can't get out of death, can't get out of taxes. Well, can't get out of death, can't get out of taxes, and you use this trust to do it. And it works perfectly. Where did that quote come from? Benjamin Franklin. Where did he plagiarize that quote from? From a book called The History of the Devil. And that's according to Wikipedia. So go look it up. Benjamin Franklin, Words of the Devil. You can't get out of death and taxes. Basically, what I'm finding is anytime there's a saying, it's a lie. So, I swear. Does money actually grow on trees? I have 11 years left. I've gotten everyone out of death, out of taxes, out of debt, right? I've actually had to start asking people, like I asked my wife yesterday, what miracles are left to perform? Actually, I don't even know. I did my whole list. I got proof. It works for everyone. So I asked my wife, like, what miracles are left? I don't even know. I can't even think of any that, are left, honestly, to do. I have to start asking. So that's what I have to start doing is asking other people, like, I think I fixed everything. I think all the miracles are in and everything's fixed. People aren't acting upon the truth at all times. So the final acts have to be acted upon and acted out. But as far as, like I was like, what are the rest of the miracles anyway? And her health has been poor, so I pray for her. Her health improved instantly. So I was like, okay, so, I have to start asking everybody, what miracles are left? I have to, because I don't do miracles. I perform them, right? It's a performance. God is the power. You side with it. Ask and you shall receive. And that's it, okay? So I really kind of running out of practical miracles, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, people are going to have to let me know what's needed because I'm trying to figure out what I haven't solved. Les, free and make money without selling your soul to Satan. Exactly, right? The day I started this trust, exactly, Les. Like, man, you've been having some good stuff come out too. Last time you were on, Les is killing it. Anyway, exactly. The day I sat down in Tucson, Arizona, this is 2 months after. Okay, so 2 months, yeah. So in January, this is 2016, okay? I'm in Tucson, Arizona. I'm trying to stay in front of the bankers, scumbags. I'm teaching everybody how to get out of debt, and it never ends with these creatures. I swear. So I'm in Tucson for the winter, rent a place, and I, I I come to figure it out this trust, and I really started writing it. I built a plan for myself how I'm going to open a trust. So I was like, I feel this is a solution. I researched Mayor Baba's trust and so on. I went through this. I studied it. I'm like, I'm going to do this well. And then I sat with it for like 2 months because I was really in January. I was ready to go. And what happened January 8th of 2016? Facebook memorialized my account, created a notarized death certificate of me, and told everyone I was dead on Facebook, right? I overcame that by threatening to put a notice of lien on Facebook's office building. And so on. And that all played out in public, and I posted all the proof of that and everything as I went through it and showed everyone all that proof uh, as I did it. And for years after, I was still posting that photo and many photos. I took photos of every memorialized, page that was memorialized. Look, they killed me, but they can't kill me. So what did I learn on January 8th of 2016? A guy worth billions of dollars can't kill me. What? I was like, freedom! My wife was scared shitless, and so was everyone else that knew me, but I was like, oh my God, they can't do anything to me. I'm going to destroy them. And so, on 3/14/2016, I went into Chase. I bought the trust documents. They opened up the trust. And as I'm waiting there for my debit card, the front windows, or the front of the building was all windows. And it looked out onto the parking lot. And this, black supercar pulls up, gull wing door. Men in black dude gets out, 33 years old, black and white, black hair, white dude, black and white suit, just that whole exact, Men in Black, creepy weirdest thing. And in a flip phone, like talking about a truss that sits next to me, 1 seat away, but I mean, right, it was L shaped of these little, you know, crappy chairs, like, not foldable, but, not expensive either. Handling the sheep out there. And so it sits right down next to me, and it says, and I heard about the trust. I was like, oh, uh, I'm here to open a trust, and the thinks and it says, oh yeah, I know. I was like, oh, my blood ran cold right then because I was like, I know, and I said, I never see you before. What are you talking about? So, well, I'm here to make you an offer. I was like, okay, no, now my blood's running cold. Whoa, baby, this is that moment. I said, okay. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure I'm going to take your offer, but I would like to hear your offer. What's your offer? And so it said, I want you to come work for my real estate development company in Las Vegas. And I will pay you out of the last real estate deal we did. And I'll pay you today if you do one thing, and that is do not open this trust. I said, what's the payment? He said, $485 million. I said, no, thank you. That's all I said. Somebody asked, did I think about it? I was like, fuck. You ever sat next to the devil? No way. What is that thing? If it said all the money, I would say all the money and what? My soul too? Sure, maybe. What, do I have to work with you? No, I never want to see you again. That thing? The answer is no. It just got up and walked out, and that was that. You see? So exactly. Don't side with the devil. And I got proof this works. Oh, yeah. 11 years left. I must have missed that one. Oh, yeah. 2033. End of time, right? We're in a time loop. 64 years. When I'm 64. That information is in the inner circle. Of course, I decoded all the truth of this entire situation. Why? Because I'm the only one that went 50 court cases against the bankers. I'm the only one that flipped the money tables on the bankers. No other human alive. No one else had the courage to do it. No other human. Post their proof. No. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked for years. There is no one. And guess what? There's never going to be anyone. What, are you kidding me? Come on. So, you know what I'm saying? There's other work to be done. But, come on. That's how I know everything. Okay, so they celebrate the halfway point, right? On 9/11. And so, 64-year time loop. What's the American flag? 50 stars, right? The jinn, the demons that are cast into the firmament that can take human form or whatever, right? Each one of us has a star up there on that firmament that is us and the jinn. And you take this form. Depending on which star has different powers, relegated by God. Cast down. Cast down. What liquid becomes solid? That's a casting. Or when a liquid becomes a solid, that's cast, right? In a formation. That's the process of casting. So they were cast down as stars into the firmament, the dome that doesn't exist, that has stars in it. that's and that's the only form of really actual sentient life that exists. And of course, you got a star up there too, and that star goes away, like Jesus' star come and gone. He's not here. Oh, he's coming, but he's not here today. Not in that exact form, right? The game is here to play. So, 50 stars plus 13 stripes, that's 63, referencing 3 sixes, 666, they worship the devil. And, there's 7 planes of consciousness, that's the white stripes between the blood stripes. You pay for it with pain and suffering to get each level of 7 planes of consciousness that Mir Baba speaks about. But you add that field of blue, the firmament, because what? That's crystal. That's the Christ consciousness. When you see that blue firmament, and you see rainbows prove that they are real, and every other thing proves they're real, and you see, oh my God, I see the field of blue, then there's 64, right? The 64-year time loop. God shortened the days, right? They didn't build cathedrals and cities with horses and wagons. Oh my God, look at the cities in Asia they built from scratch, like Dubai. Pure shit. Metal boxes of gray, and just who would live there? Just repulsive in every single way. What humans build are repulsive, really, to live around and be around. Compared to everything God made, all the old buildings and harbors and cities and stuff like that. People can't make those things. What are you kidding me? They would have made them again with better equipment and stuff. They didn't do it with a horse. What, was a horse a great builder? They just sat around and watch horses build shit? No. History didn't happen. It's all fake. It's just a backdrop, and it starts. Boom. It's okay after the summer of 69. Powie. Start again. Anyway, so Judgment Day is a certain day. It comes up, and, there's a 7-year big, the woes, as they are called. We got 4 years until the woes start. These ain't even the woes, baby. This is the good time. What? I know. Bad is, right? Papa Legba wanted to contact with you. Okay. There's an email address, so anyone can contact me. Yeah. Anyone wants to contact me. I've been contactable for a decade. If someone wants to contact me, if that's actually true, I see you retracted that. Yeah, we're very contactable. And see, there are only 7,000 humans here, right? Only 7,000 won't kneel to the devil, Baal. The rest are them, the fallen angels. That's them. That's who we're up against, right? 330 million of them. So all that information and all the truth is in my inner circle work, which, you have to know your enemy and beat your enemy. I have beaten the enemy. What's my joke, right? The human race is over. I won. But I won 11 years early. You see what I'm saying? I watched the Hobbit series on it's only two It's a series, so there are only 2 episodes of it. But on the second episode, there's this elf, Galadriel, right? Dressed as a woman, but of course, anyone famous is reversed, so it's a guy. And after centuries of war, looking for Mordor to wipe out the evil enemy, right? The king says, "Oh, you could go to heaven now," basically. And they get on a ship, and Galadriel, the character's like going to heaven, and she's like, I'm going to heaven. Mordor's not dead. Why would I go to heaven? She dives off the ship into the sea and swims back. That's me. I went to heaven, right? I met with God and everything. It's like, yeah, you're going back. Mordor's not. Mordor is not dead. You live till the last day. No one can kill me. Yeah, no one can kill me. Try. Come and try. Lots have. Just try. I don't care. I don't care. Try. Try. Be on that list. Let's see what happens to you. Right? Read Acts 5 in the Bible. Yeah, let's see what happens to you. Let's see what happens to you. Caesar's Repair, 11 years left. Yes, okay, we handled the 11 years thing, right? So 64-year time loop, time restarts. Then there's a 1 day break, right? 1 day break in the time loop. 1 day is 1,000 years. That's 1,000 years apiece because they operate on a different time differential. They're operating at light speed. Do you follow me? Which the real time of light speed in the Bible is a day for 1,000 years. That's the actual formula of light speed of the jinn, the demons, whatever, the stars. So they're always around us, and they could always outthink us and so on because they could appear anytime they want, and then they just go back into ether where they get 1,000 years per day. They can outthink you, outdo you. They could take they could take a 2-year nap and outthink you. They have so much time left. So they just pop back in with the total solution and say the exact thing, and they always beat you. All the time. Right? They're all around you now. They're operating at a different speed than you are. You see? And so that's why they wouldn't kneel to humans in the Bible. Oh, we're special. Yeah, you're special. You were made special to serve the players of this game who won't bow to the devil. That's why you were made special, but you ain't acting like it. They're over there. They got 33. It's like the Freemasons. They're supposed to be earning their wings. They're not supposed to be evil. They're supposed to be helping. They're supposed to be guarding you. They're guardian angels. They're all supposed to be doing that, but they're not doing it. They have to be taught to do it by me or you if you're going to take these actions, whatever. If you're going to, be unkillable and be all those things that are impossible to be and, work so many miracles as I have in public. And I'm just getting started. I've been posting proof for 11 years. So I got 11 years to go, basically. So I'm at the halfway point. And let me tell you, after this church gets started, a lot of information is going to be released and a lot of things are going to happen. Actions, not just over the internet. Okay? And so you people should be prepared for what is coming. Because I'm going to be able to, teach from that church and ministry school position where I can teach you this information, how to get over on, the other team and win this game. Spiritually, not just the financial side, but people in the financial school is suffering like, hey, what does this have to do with money? It's like, what does money have to do with reality? Something, right? But not much. Reality has more to do with reality than money. Money is a secondary thing to reality. It's an adjunct. It's a help. It's like this crutch we need to, do for some amount of time or whatever. Yeah. But reality is more important than that. You see? So it's more important to teach the reality. I'm going to keep the money information going and so on. It's great. Whatever. I love taking their money. It's fantastic. Teaching people how to do that. Taking their assets, taking their real estate, everything they got. What do you got over there? Why? Why did I come back? I'm going to take everything the devil got. The devil's kingdom? Nah. Oh, you call it your kingdom? Great. I'm taking everything you got. Not part of it. Not some of it. Not this place. Not that place. Not that money. Not this. No. Everything everything you got. That's what you took from me, devil. Taking everything you got. And guess what? I don't want any of it. I don't want a single thing. I'm giving it to him. It's Jesus. Everything is his. It's not mine. I don't want I don't want any of your crap. No way. But I'm taking it because you took it from everybody else. And you should have not done that. Right? You should have done that. You should have done that. That's it. So anyway, this is what we got for you. Economic crash planned. I have been teaching you for several years what to do. You can still get ready. Open up your trust. Get ready for the money. Get ready for the helicopter money. Get ready for everything. This works for everyone. Papa Legba is the devil who made the contract deal for your soul at the crossroad. No. It is not. It's not, actually. And you know what? I'm going to take a minute and pull up proof on the internet because you could have actually searched GW Labs. You could have watched my video, right? And you could have searched, but instead you're telling a story about Papa Legba. How old are you? Oh, what a great question. I'm not going to let you sidetrack me. I'm going to show you the God we trust. So I'm going to answer your great question, Ben. That is a great question. I'm going to answer that, right? We're talking about the time loop. So let's go back. Let's go back here for a second. If it will let me. Here we go. Sorry, I'm not the Mr. Technical here. But I hate when it does this. Man, it's that important, huh? It's that important. They don't show me. Oh my goodness. I'm bringing up Google here. Oh God, it won't let me do it. It is so crazy. This thing, it's crazy. Oh my God. Okay, so we'll have to do this together then. My goodness. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Okay. So won't let me pull up Google again. Won't let me window capture on Chrome. Oh my goodness. So you're going to have to Google this yourself, okay? In God We Trust /USA, all caps, then Inc., period. And Dun & Bradstreet, Pennsylvania. And Apple Pop this listing. I can't believe this isn't working. I'll try one more time. Here, Baba. Oh my goodness. Such a hassle. Okay, I'm going to do it. Maybe you can't see it, but I'm going to pull it up. So the guy we trust, the agent is listed actually. It's not Papa Legba. It's Clifton Horsey. Horsey is the president. 2415 West Siebert Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19121. That's it. So no. It is not Papa Legba. So I'm glad we cleared that up. Not Papa Legba. Oh my goodness. We're having some trouble here, aren't we? As soon as I looked to put on that thing up on here, it's like everything went crazy. Oh my God, it's so annoying being under the dome here. I hate this place. But as long as we're stuck here, right, and we gotta, erase Mordor from the scene. Anyway, that's where it is. Take it and give it to God. Exactly. Or else what happens? Look at Acts 5. You drop dead on the spot. That's what happened to last time I went live. We go live Monday at noon. here at Thursday at 7 p.m. Last Hour Live, one of our long-term students, Ron J. Marabala, right? One of our long-term students, Ron Morrow. He's got great testimonial out there, and so on. His uncle dropped dead because he was fighting him over trust property, and so, like in Acts 5, anyone opposing you, if they continue to try to oppose you and you sign the trust, they will be killed. That's it. You will live and they will die. That's just been proven recently a couple times over. So that's why I need to move this over to more of a church format that people can handle it. It's like, wow, this is just regular everyday stuff in a regular school. It's like, ah! No, I know, but this is our regular everyday. Everything else is fake. So, Jay Bear Bottle. Okay, Ben. Such a great question. Thank you for that question. I want to deal with that question all on its own. So if you need us, look, I can't help you unless you sign the trust. You're with them. You're one of them. Still, unless you sign the trust, there's no countervailing document. They have you under the God we trust. Your soul signed, sealed, delivered. Off you go. You're going to reincarnate back to the time loop. There's nothing you can do. See you later. What? I have proof. There's no countervailing contract. They have the only one. So what? They got your parents into it. And they talked them into it. They hoodwinked them. They lied. All that stuff. So what? It's the only paperwork that exists. Your word is just your word. You got nothing. There has to be another contract. I make the only one. Okay, so that's it. You sign the other contract. They can't touch you. Everything's true. That's all there is. So it's that simple. Papa Legba is depicted in blue guitar stories such as Robert Chaucer. Okay. Stories. I met the devil. I literally sat down. Cool, and that's where I learned about this time thing too, because and I read it in the Bible later. I'm like, oh shit, this is what it's up. A day for 1,000 years. That makes sense because listen, devil comes, in from the ether, but the ether comes in with the devil. You see what I'm saying? It's not like it can't exist outside the existence of, that. I used to say timeless, but it's not timeless. It's such a different time rate. It just seems like time doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying? Like it seems like it just doesn't go under the dome by comparison. Because when the devil comes in, everything's frozen around you. Now, I've talked to the devil in lots of other physical bodies too, because like in the Matrix, it can enter any body that's with them. So 3 main other physical forms, but other ones, lots of other ones. You know what I mean? But this main one was it. Its preferred form. So. It was a 33-year-old white guy, American, right? I don't know about no Papa Legba. I didn't ask it its name. I already knew what it was, and it has many names. But on the paperwork, it's Clifton Horsey. And face to face, man, you don't need a name. I'm telling you, you don't need to ask what that thing is. You know. You don't. You need to know his name. You need to know Jesus Christ, but you don't need its name. That is the last thing you need to know or be thinking of at that moment. You need to be thinking of your God's name and never, ever, 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 ever think another thought in that thing's presence. Just think your God's name over and over, say it over your mind, and kick it in there. Otherwise, it owns you. Period. Period. You'll never beat it. Otherwise, no way. So, how old are you? This is one of my favorite questions. Because a lot of people come up to me out there in public and say to me, oh, hey, I'm 69 years old. And then they are going to start saying something to me like I'm some old fuck. You know what I'm saying? So they're like starting it off like that. And so they're like, hey, and so they say that to me, and it's a complete sentence. And like, that's their opening sentence to me. And this is the bugs, right? This is them. And so I respond at that moment immediately because they're going to start into another story. But no, they've told me a sentence and they're going to build on it. And it's like, oh, that's your sentence. You're how old? So I'm going to explain it to you, Ben, the way I explained it to them. Because if they were, pretend someone has just come up to me, hey, I was 70, I'm 72. This happened Wednesday night. I'm 69. I was born in 55. And I was like, no, you just think you were. He's like, what do you mean? I was in the 50s. And I'm like, no. Time starts in 69. And so, what's the difference between a thought and a memory? Really, nothing. You can't create a thought. I can't create a thought. That's not possible. How are you going to create a thought? That's not possible. We respond to the thoughts that are given. What's the difference between a thought, right, and a memory? Things are being implanted into us. How is that different than all the memories? God created a whole world here, right? That started in 1969 with perfect shit. Everything made from before 1969, perfect. Doesn't break. Nothing happens to it, right? It's perfect. And then everything made from then forward sucks and getting crappier. All of it. So funny. So I say to them, because if you're born, if your birth certificate or whatever, first of all, birth is hearsay. Whether you're born or not, you can't say I was born. Blah blah. It's hearsay. You don't remember your birth. The bugs, you know what they tell me? They go, yeah, I do. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then the guy, all right, I remember it. I'm like, oh, they've told me they do. See, they're given so much memory that's not even true from the beginning of time. It's all fake. They didn't live any of it. They think they did, but they didn't live any of it. They only time anyone has ever lived in this 64-year time loop. All other time is fake. It's a made-up single game that will be unchanging and never changing forever to test souls in. It will never change. Why? Then the test wouldn't be fair if it were changing. Come on. Think of how difficult this is. I'm the first one to figure it out. All the other humans, they didn't figure it out. None of them alive figured this out. Only one. That's what level of difficulty we're at. Do you follow? So, that's what I say. This guy is like, I'm 69. I was like, no, you and me are the same age. Time loop started, and see, I was supposed to be X years old when the time loop started. You and me are the same age. And he's thinking he's a lot older than me. And he's like, no, you ain't older than me. That's why, like, I always wondered why my parents were stupid, and everyone older than me was completely stupid. Just absolutely couldn't answer basic questions properly. Just stupid. I come from, they have money or whatever, but they thought they made it, and they thought no, they're idiots. They couldn't figure out anything I talk about, and can't even have a conversation about it. Impossible. But that's most humans, you see. That's not just my family. That's everyone's family. That's everyone, you see. So he and I are the same age. So it depends where you're born. You see, Ben, if that helps answer the question, right, of the age of this body. So, Kelly, hey Jack, I spent the last year learning the truth from God. Good. It was a difficult journey. I feel you there. It's just nothing easy about it. Yeah. I was mad for a while and truly traumatized, but better now. If you're not so angry you want to terminate the world or yourself, you have a complete lack of understanding of your situation. You don't understand anything. You understand nothing. If you're not driven to the only thing that matters is death, and you want to get out of this dome prison, you have no understanding of your situation. None. You don't understand a single thing. Nothing. So I'm glad you started to understand reality, Kelly. But you can't kill yourself, and you can't be killed, so you got to play it out. Jack is telling you the truth. It's the brutal truth. No, it's the brutal truth. The truth sets you free. That's the thing. The truth is difficult to accept. It's like, this is a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? That red pill. Oh, man, that goes down a little dry, Spit that sucker out. Sadly, but here's the thing: it all seems too much to me, too much. But here's the thing: we're given power in this, you see, and these last 11 years, we're supposed to be kicking their ass up and down the street like I have done, and prove it we can do, right? And so there could be more than one doing that. Now there are several other people doing this. You see, several other people getting over their programming and moving forward step by step, having fruits. Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, that's good. Good. This takes time. Everybody's doing this at their own rate of speed. Everyone is forgiven for. Everyone says what? He's a crazy old asshole. He's mean. He's every derogatory. Yeah, it's like what Mayor Mama said. He's like, I'm the guy that comes in is hated and despised his whole life. Yeah, that's me. Until you get the other side, you're like, oh, I like him, but I don't want to talk to him because every time I ask him a question, he tells me the truth, and it's like, oh no. But no, but once you set with it and once you process it, you're like, okay, lies don't have anything on you anymore. You see what I'm saying? You were living a fantasy before. You may have enjoyed your fantasy, parts of it, but you really hated other parts of your fantasy where everything was a lie and nothing you did work. Come on. You do what they tell you to do. Only thing is their life works out great and your life works out like shit. If you do what they tell you, they're here to ruin our life until we see the truth and we reject it, the lies, and we no, I'm going with the truth. Either I have a savior, or what's the point to this whole thing, right? I'm in a dome prison with a bunch of evil fallen angels that are taking advantage of me and treating me like shit. Get me out of here, right? Where's some help, right? So take their money in the meantime. Be untouchable, live a happy life, right? Be worried if you're doing what they're telling you to do. If you're following your programming, their script, you should be very worried and concerned because life is about to get worse by the day. Every single day for the next 11 years is going to get shittier unless you do this work. I've been out here, during the easy times, just during a pandemic and all this easy stuff going on. And I've had a hard time coaxing hardly any sheep out of the pasture, right? The gate is open. All you do is walk over there. This is all like brown dirt. There's no grass. There's a whole pasture over here full of grass. All you got to do is walk over there. Who walks over there? Almost no one. If you have walked over to the good grass, pat yourself on the back. Hey, I can tell the difference between dirt and grass. Hey, that's actually an intelligent. That has a super intelligent sheep. You know what I mean? Crazy. Fallen angels operate like a computer program. That's exactly. They're given a certain parameters to operate and certain knowledge and abilities, and they're operating within those parameters. That's exactly right. Thank you. So, Kelly went through a difficult time period, but that's what happens. You side with God, you get the truth, you're like, oh crap. And I try and make it easier. Comedy helps, seeing other people's positive outcomes through our testimonials and stuff, seeing everything. Hey, everything's great. They can't kill you. They can't harm you. That was all just programming, made up bullshit. And if you accepted it, then bad things happen to you. If you don't accept it, bad things happen to them instead. You see? So, okay, so I can't help you unless you get the trust. I'm sorry. This was the economic crash course. I think I'm going to start doing this on Mondays. Let's talk about the reality of the situation, what we got to deal with. Interest rates going up, everything, gas price come down. So what? I don't spend that much on gas, But when you double the home price, who can afford that? No one, unless you sell your soul. So, you have to start using these techniques or you're going to get used, okay? They now keep their distance from me. Exactly 6 feet. Or I'm going to pray for you. And you know what happens when that happens. I went. Oh, I got to do yesterday. I got to do yesterday. I should have taken a video of this. I should video this. I will be able to do it with this school. I'll be able to put it up there. So they might let me do this, but I go into the weed dispensary, right? I'm in there with my wife, and she wanted to get something, and it's all legal in Florida. So we walk in, and the fallen angel behind there, the fairy, is like. She looks at us as she looks at her computer. She's like, "Our system just went down right now." And my wife is like, "What?" And I was like, "Sorry," because she looked at me like, "You," and I was like, and so they were talking about this and that, a product for a minute, and she's like, "It's still down," and so I was like, "I'll tell you what, I'll show you something." I was like, my wife looks at me, she's like, "I want to get," like, she's like, she wanted to get out of there and be done. I was like, "Fine. In the name of Jesus Christ, please help." That second her computer turned on and she made the order, that was it. That very second. People have to understand the power of prayer and see yoga union. It means being one with your true God. It means there's no separation. There's a trust between God and you, that the powers of God are now available to you over time. Do you see what I'm saying? And the further you go, the more you become trusted. If you help the servants of God only in that, you know, and laying waste to the entire kingdom of the devil. Well, hey, that helps on the service of God. So that's what's coming on my end. You could jump in, or you could be over there in the lake of fire. There's only two options. There's only ever going to be two options. There's never going to be another option. There's never going to be another script. You can never change it. You'll never be able to change the script or the outcome or whatever. You could just change where you go by your actions. You could just change the outcome for you. You can't change. You can help other people if you have the truth and know the truth. I help other people and so on. And that brings me, so I don't have to reincarnate. Devil already told me to my face. Right? Point his finger at me. You're never coming back from heaven ever again. I was like, and then it got even angrier. I can't take any souls while you're here. I said, I'm going to take you at your word. That's what I said. I'm going to take you at your word. That's the only contract I made with the devil. I'll take you at your word. I know you're mad and stuff, but you said it. Thanks. Oh. Okay, so that's the economic crash course. Okay, they're going to try and crash your life. The information I have given you, you can turn that around. Get the helicopter money, get the free homes, on and on and on. These powers are coming to all the service of Christ. Of course, I'm going to get them first. I've demonstrated them some. I'm going to come back and demonstrate them a lot more. I'm going to teach how to use them. It's simple stuff. You just sign your soul over and then you act accordingly. What? You do good. Hey, stop messing with them over there. They're not hurting you. Then they stop. That's it. Like, you're dealing with children. Like, a couple 3-year-olds. Hey, don't stab that one in the eye. Give me that thing. Go be nice to each other. That's all it is, You tell people the truth, and you're like, hey, easy. Don't worry. Don't kill yourself. Don't worry. Do this instead. Everything's cool, okay? In fact, it's not for forever. Forever is only 11 years, so we're going to make it. We're, hey, it's going to be okay. 10, 9, 8. Woo! Getting closer. All right, but listen, I cannot help you unless you sign this trust. I can't help your physical body. I can't help your soul. I can't help your money. I can't help you in any way. Like, don't make it so I can't help you. You can't just sit there and listen. Your life isn't a TV show, okay? You spent your whole life up until today. Make this one day of labor. You could change your entire life and your whole family, your entire trajectory for everything. You don't have to reincarnate. Get out of the dome. Know the truth. Learn every hidden everything and be fine. Live. Don't be killed. Don't have them take advantage of you. Everything turns out fine. You have to start, though. The fruits, you will know them by their fruits. And unless you start your labor in the right direction on Labor Day, your labor is wasted. All of it, every year. You're not going to win this game. A couple of years, you're going to do it again. And doesn't this suck? I think it does. you know, I'm making it as good as possible for myself and everyone else, but it's not fair, right? It's not. It's intentionally not fair. They get everything while they're here. They get nothing after death, right? You're a servant of God. You scratch, you claw, you do everything you can. You make it through. I got a roof. Oh my God, this is sick. What they're doing. You get to this idea. You go back. I am never going back. You see, Vince. David Straight teaches similar things, but he's a big Trump guy. David Straight, no one talks about the 64-year time loop. Not one single human. I am the prophet for America. I am the one true proven saint. No, David Straight does not talk about the 64-year time loop, nor does any other human. They're not allowed to. That's how you can differentiate a saint from a non-saint, due to the truth that is known. No. Walk with God, exactly. But that's good you found other people, like, it's like, who's the devil? I was like, I think Beck is. His songs were so perfect, and every song is about the time loop. Every single one of them, and their reaction to the time loop. That's all it is, perfect little reverso with every perfect sound, I think Beck is the devil. If anyone who looks like the devil is sat next to me, Beck. The perfect little angelic, beautiful little your best friend, just yeah. Hard to say no to Mr. Got It All Together Under the Dome. But once you realize the truth, it's like, I'm gonna pass. Keep your songs and whatever. Okay. Everyone, thank you for being here. Once I learned the truth, I realized I became responsible for my other, my fellow inmates who were enslaved in this predicament. And so I do my best to help you and get you unslaved. I do my best to move myself forward against these difficult things, not for me, because I'm trying to make a pathway. You see where anyone can exit via this pathway. So far, so good. Okay, that's all. I'm just here trying to make a pathway for all of us out. That's all. Okay, and it's successful so far. For everyone. Okay, so please sign up, and then I can help you. All right. Thursday at 7, it is the next time. Could you imagine coming back and doing this again? No. And I got proof. Unless you're given a financial offer by the devil right in front of you, you are coming back. That's the other bad news I got to give people. Listen, if your actions didn't prove that you're messing up the devil's kingdom so badly that you're no longer allowed to stay, well, what? You're not doing nothing. You're fine. Stay. I like control of you. You see, until you have you're doing like I'm doing. Hey, this is the truth. Everybody can get out of the devil's control. This is how you do it, detail after detail for a decade and so on. The devil comes to you and says, "Listen, shut up. I'll pay you. Fine, then you're out." See, God gives grace, right? Lifts you up, and so, but the devil comes and gives you notice. Hey, listen, you're done. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm still breathing. It's like, yeah, but you're never coming back and breathing again. It's like, yeah, I don't want to. See, you need to get that offer, or guess what? You see, it's not just enough to sign this thing. You have to prove that you're not with the devil. You see, you have to prove it. Mayor Obama said, you know how many, when Krishna was alive, this is the story, when Krishna was alive, you know how many became God realized in the whole lifetime of Krishna? 17 souls, 17 when God was living. When God's not living, so far 1. You see what I'm saying? And so anyone that's signed a trust, they're getting closer and closer. They got 11 years. No one's going to die. So they got to keep, breaking trail, making a pathway, loving your neighbors and say, look, sheep, I opened the gate. Come on through. Everything's cool. Unless you're doing it. This just could be me out there breaking trail. I'm like, they got close. They only got a couple lifetimes left. You know what I mean? But you also got to break trail out there, which is some of the people in this school have seen the reality of this situation, got thrown into the corner, have turned and said, "Oh, I'm not living in this corner. I'm coming for you." And that's where you learn the truth. If you're always going to do what you've always done or what someone has always done, you'll always know what has always been known. You have to do what has not been done by another human to know what humans have not known. 50 court cases against the bankers, no other human alive. I know what humans don't know because I've done what no other human has done. And so must you. The exact same thing? No, I'm not saying that. What is your calling? On your altar, one-on-one with God. Your consciousness has to merge with God. Not with me, with God. You take orders. Thoughts not sent from God are rejected. Out. You become an automaton, but for your God, not for the devil. That's it. You got to be told from the devil face to face, you ain't coming back. And get the financial offer, Kelly. Good. Maybe you're halfway there. Congratulations, if so. I mean, I have met other people that have gotten the offer. Like I met a young guy that was dating my daughter. And I saw his tattoo on his neck. And oh, he's so cute. I was like, sat in the backseat with him. And we were just riding around. And up front was like her and her mother. And me in the back with this guy. I was like, I saw his tattoo. I was like, I said to him, I was offered 485 million for the devil. That was my offer. You know what he looked at me and said? 285 million. It's like I knew it. I was like, Kira. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say her name. That was an accident. But I'm just saying, you follow me? They speak the truth. You talk to them. I found it in a couple minutes. She thought it was really cute and stuff. He was cute. He was super cute. He was so cute. It was like, I wanted to be his best friend. That means what? I like your power of attraction, fairy. What was the offer you took? See, I never spoke to anyone that didn't take an offer yet. So I'm waiting for that. No financial offer yet. Couple weak ones. You right? I still worked it. That's funny. You're doing great, Kelly. If you come back around, you went through what Bear Baba calls the long dark night. The dark passage of the soul, where you just like, this can't all be happening. You reject it for a while, right? It's like, you got cancer. It's like, no, I don't. It's like, no. Yeah, you're in the cancer dome. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. That takes a while, you know what I'm saying? But after that, dark night of the soul, you see, there you come back and become a true servant of God. We accept it. You realize God loved you enough and wants you here for a purpose. So pray. I need the power to, perform your service for you. That's all. Yes. Listen, when you do that, then you try to empty yourself out. So fill yourself up with the right thing. Read the New Testament. Just read only that. Not the Old Testament, no. Read the New Testament. And that space of darkness that has now been ousted will be filled up with that information. So, and then your actions will change based on that refilling of the vessel with the proper information. No problem. Happy to help, Kelly. That's all I'm here. I only got thrown back in the body to help people. I'm not here for another reason. I already made it, so I'm only here to help you. Let me know how I can. You have to get the trust. I can't help you. You're not going to have these things happen. You're not going to make this progress. It's not going to happen until you sign the trust. So please do it. It's affordable, okay? But you have to put something in. You have to put some skin in this game. And really, you got to put all your skin into that trust. Every skin you got. Great video. Been listening the whole time. Good, George. No, it's cool. You're at work. He's working with his son. He's, 2 generations so far working this trust. George, happy to have you. Yeah, thanks for being here. And everyone else, I know other people are listening too. I talk to clients sometimes like, I listen to you every week. I just don't say anything. It's like, that's totally cool. Thank you for going out there and living your life and making a change in the way that God calls you to do. You know He's calling you to do it. You've heard it. You just aren't doing some of it yet. Do it. You'll get backed by God, and your life will change. Like, oh, maybe I could do this thing, and then the next thing, and the next thing. Be like, okay, that's what Jack is talking about. Okay, you follow? All right, people. Thank you for coming. Be looking for this new platform. It's not ready as we're still working on it, but it's going to be right before it's done. Okay, we've got to keep it simple and easy. All right, start with the trust that I can help. I'll see you Thursday at 7. Have a wonderful